What's going on, guys? Justin here, back at it again with another video. I'm still waiting on the kit to come in, but there's a little trail back here that I want to roll on through without the kit first, and then we'll compare it once I get the kit. I think it would be cool to compare with versus without the kit, and I'm pretty certain obviously I could still do that when, you know, I don't have the kit on and it's just pedaling or whatever. Or, you know, I could turn the kit off while it's on and then try things, kit versus without the kit, you know. But I want to see how fast I can get through it both ways and see what speeds I can reach without the kit first. And then once we get the kit, we'll be able to see the rest once that kit comes in. See if it makes a difference. I'm also going to order a mount that will go like right here for the handlebar for my phone, so we can track my speed and have a GPS and all that. That would be really nice, but that's like 20-30 bucks, so I've got to save some money first. All right, speedometer's on. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Alright. Whew. Allergies suck. I got a max speed of 15. That's not bad. Under a minute. Let's pedal all the way up to the top of this hill, and I'll roll all the way down, and I'll make our way back that way. Put her in the lowest gears. This is where that kit's gonna be nice. The 250 watt will have plenty of power. Well, should have plenty of power to get up this without pedal assist. We'll see. But it'll be nice because I could take this anywhere I want and not get pulled over and have trouble with the cops with it. So, like outside of here, like if I was to ride outside of this area. So, like if I wanted to go back to Leesburg, although they'd probably give me a hard time for riding this there too with the 250 watt kit, but it's road legal then, so it would be classified as a class 2 or 3 depending on what speeds I reach. I'm pretty certain it'll be a class 3. Class 3 is 28 miles an hour, no pedal assist. I'm pretty certain it'll be class 3 or class 2. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see till the kit comes in. There's like no videos on the kit, like at all. So because there's no videos on that kit that I bought, it's just some cheap Amazon one. some Chinesium. We'll just have to, or India, whatever, we'll have to wait and check it out ourselves and test it all without like seeing any video proof of speed or anything. Because I checked all of the videos on YouTube, all of the people that have a similar kit. It's not an exact kit, but a similar kit to the 250 watt 24 volt I'm getting. They're all from like out of country, like UK, India, and they're not even that good videos. So we'll just have to find out everything for ourselves. Let's make our way back down. This is about where the hill ends. Highest gears. We still have our Speedo on, so forgot to bring eye protection today, of course, but it should be fine. Forgot to bring the new Amazon goggles. No! I don't have enough energy. Oh yeah, I do. Psych! Not too bad. I didn't really pedal with all my might, but I'm genuinely curious on what speed I reached down that. 26 miles an hour is not bad for some light pedaling. I could probably get 30, 32 on that one as well. Kind of like the other hill that I went on. My main favorite hill that I can get 32 on, but let's make our way over to another hill. This will be a little vlog. There's a few more hills I want to hit. Beautiful day out. Gorgeous. Not as hot as me though. It's hot outside, but it's not as hot as I am. It's not too humid, which is also nice. You can feel the humidity, like knowing that there's a storm coming tonight. But yeah, I think they're calling for a possibility, not a definite. Obviously we're not in Tornado Alley, so we're good, but a possibility, obviously damaging winds, but there's a possibility that it's going to be an EF2 tornado. Very slim, very slim. But my little brother loves meteorology and watching forecasts and radars. He's very big into it, so he has like a whole thing on his PC that he watches like damn near 24/7. At one point he wanted to be, I don't know about now, but he wants to be a meteorologist, which is pretty dope. And although we don't hang or talk a lot, I do hear from him in the house, because he's an insider, that, you know, about all these storms coming to Kentucky, or, you know, up north or down south. You know, he'll talk about it all the time. He'll be like, there's a big tornado I'm watching live, a storm chaser. There's a storm chaser chasing this one in Kentucky and another one in Ohio, and I have them both up right now. One's in EF4, one's in EF5, one's not even rateable because it's so damn big. You know, it's like, that's like his thing. And it's pretty cool. So he says that there's a slight possibility that a tornado might spawn, or a microburst, which it really isn't. Well, tornado season is approaching, but where I'm from here, we rarely get tornadoes. The last tornado that touched the ground was not in the county I'm at, but the county beside us, and that was considered a microburst, and that was back in like before pre-COVID, I think. I remember actually driving through that. I've driven through a tornado before. I think I've told you guys this story in one of the mini bike vlogs or some other time, whatever the vlog, driving vlogs or something. I was driving through Ohio, and I like got to like Ohio, and I was soloing, and I was like, it was like my first ever like 2,000-mile trip, and I got to take my mom's car because my car was broken. So my dad just said take mom's car, and I didn't want to take the truck because that was also broken at the time. But it was really crazy. It was like a pretty bad tornado. I didn't drive directly through it, but I drove beside it. Like, I thought about stopping under an underpass, and I wound up just kept going because I was talking to, obviously, my little brother on the phone about it, and he was on radar, and he told me that it was, shoot, I think I was on, I can't remember what interstate I was on. I was going like, I had to drop my speed, and we all had our hazards on, obviously. It was such a long time. I was like 17, and I was on radar with him, and he was like, it was off to the right, like not even a mile from me, but it was veering off a totally different direction. It was going south, or it was going a different way. It was going eastbound, or no, westbound, something. It was going the opposite direction I was going. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. No, but like it was going like the opposite way, so it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. So let's reset. I want to test this hill, so we'll reset my speed. I want to keep it over here for a second. There's something on my phone that I don't want you to see. Corn. No, it's not corn. All right. Coin popped up. No. We'll start from up here, because then I can get a head start. I'm excited because fishing season's also approaching. Although I probably won't have enough time to go fishing this year. I mean, maybe once an occasion, but not as much as I'd like to. All right, let's go. That wasn't as fast as I could have gone, but it was fast enough. Let's see. My bike comes supercharged. I made the squeak on the, heard it. All right. Ooh, 22 miles an hour is not bad. Ooh. You know, I have this Gatorade bottle, and it fits just perfectly into the cup holder, unlike a water bottle, like a Deer Park bottle or something, and it doesn't fall out. It's so nice, so nice. But 22 miles an hour is not bad. I could definitely get it faster, but we'll do that another day. I'm hoping the conversion kit will come in tomorrow or Friday. Today's Wednesday, so. But it's nice to get on the mountain bike again, although I have no grips. No grips, no problem. I think I'd rather have no grips though, and a chain. I don't like riding my bike BMX without a chain either, but it's too much money to, oh, I'm out of breath. It's too much money to pour into, because I'm focusing on my skating career, and not only my skating career, I've got other things to put it into, so, and YouTube obviously, which technically that could be an investment for the channel, but right now money's super tight. So even being the millionaire that I am, I've got to watch my money spending, because I'm not making a daily earning right now. So, you know, money's gonna be tight. Tighter than your mom. She's a loose face. This electric conversion is gonna be nice. This pedaling, good exercise, right? But man, it wears me out fast. We're gonna stop up here for some Gatorade. Gatorade break. I remember, oh man, this takes me back to the days where I would usually skate around my BMX bike, you know, but my buddy would bike on something like this, and he would have his backpack, like a little satchel bag with his boombox in it, and we'd be booming and jamming our music, riding around all the time. And man, those were the days, man. But then sadly he moved away, and then I had a major heart attack because of stress that he left. No, I'm just kidding. But no. So but yeah, we're all grown up now, and you know, we still talk now and then, but obviously it's not high school anymore, so yeah. I said I was gonna drink some Gatorade back there, but I managed to push myself up to here. I'm gonna push myself up to the roundabout, and we'll stop. From what I remember, there used to be a jump over at the park. They might have patched it, but we'll go over there and check it. Obviously we've been over there with the mini bike and stuff, but I never really cared to check, because I can't really jump the mini bike because it's not set up for that and it would probably break. So I did think about, I'm sure you're wondering, I did think about putting the conversion kit on the BMX bike, but it would make more sense to put it on here. It's bigger, more things to do on it, and this has more gears rather than a single speed, so we'll see. I'm gonna try and get away without welding the flywheel onto the back wheel, but we might have to. From, like I said, the instructions on Amazon states that you have to, and like I said, the few that I did watch on YouTube, although they're from like India and like UK and stuff, and they're not the same exact kit, they're slightly different. I think I also watched one from China, but you had to weld the flywheel onto the here. We're like right here. So let me sweat. Let me pause the battery, check it, and then I'll get back. We're back, chat. Let's see if the jump's still here. It's kind of faded off. It used to be here somewhere. I think it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Dang it. No, it's alright. It used to be over here somewhere. That was years ago. But riding this brought back some things. Brought back some visions of jumps and stuff. So. Oh wait, is that it? Nah, it went downhill. It's not there anymore. Although dog might have peed on it or something, so I don't want to touch it. I was gonna pick that stick up. I don't trust it. I don't want none of that. I don't want dog AIDS. I still have when I rode the mini bike through the woods, that last vlog, I had those prickly things hit my arms and hands. Obviously they're only up here, so I wouldn't have to worry about it, but like thankfully I haven't gone anywhere to where I'd have to open doors or anything with cuts on my hands and get bacteria in you that way. So like whenever I get like a cut or a scrape on my hands or like anywhere important, like my hands or feet, I'll always be sure to like put a band-aid or something around it and completely cover it from any possible like thing, so I don't get like an STD or something, or some weird ass shit. Because once it's how it has to enter your bloodstream, obviously. So like if I touch the door handle with saliva, and if you touch a door handle with saliva with a cut or something, you have a possible chance of getting some sort of infection or disease. But that's why you always like wrap it with a band-aid or something that's gonna, you know, completely cover the cut or wound or scrape. Even though, yeah, Band-Aids are for liberal wussies. I'd rather not have a disease. I got the magic on me. But I always thought this stair was insane. Once that Kubota gets out of my way here, this is like a little like launch pad. It's tiny, but it's fun. So tiny little launch pad. You know, it's kind of funny how this is faster than my mini bike. Let's see how fast I can get down this hill. Oh, I still have my speedo on. I'm gonna guess 29:30 because the one hill I did that was 32 was definitely faster. Yeah, 28 miles an hour. So yeah, like I said, that's 1 mile an hour faster than the mini bike. So that's not bad, but yeah, no, that thing's way more fun. But hopefully this will be a lot more fun with, I know I keep saying it, but the electric conversion, once that comes in, this thing's gonna be so much more fun. I can whip it around woods, and we're gonna take it to, we're gonna be taking it to a lot of local trails and dirt jumps and stuff. There's some dirt jumps I'm gonna take it to with you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, you don't see a single cab dually like that every day. It's like a 2008, it's pretty neat. You don't see them every day. I think it's a two-wheel drive though, but you don't. It's funny, you think you'd see those a lot, but that must be a gas one. I didn't look at the exhaust pipe because that would be the 6.4 liter or a 6.7, but usually the 6.4 liter was garbage unless you bulletproofed it and drove it like a grandpa. But again, the 6.4 didn't come out till 2007. And I think it ended in 2011 or 2014 because the 6.0 stopped its production in 2006. So it went 6.9 liter IDI diesel, which is a Navistar engine, international, and then the 7.3 IDI came around, which was mine, and then came along the 7.3 Power Stroke in 94.5 through 97, and then early 99 was the best Power Stroke, 7.3 Power Stroke year, other than the 94.5 through 97. 94.5 through 97 was the best years of the diesel produced by Ford. But then most sought for also. But then the 7.3 Power Stroke updated version, which is in the new body style, which is the 2000s, which would be early 98, early 99 through 2002, and then 2003 the 6.0 came out through 2006, and in its production there, Ford no longer made engines with Navistar International or whatever, and then the 6.4 and 6.7 or something like that. It was like 6.4 I think stopped with Navistar, stopped with Ford, but then 6.4 and 6.7 came around, and then obviously I still got the 6.7, but the 6.7's all right once you delete it, but it always has like transmission and turbo problems and EGR issues. Obviously anything new, oh, check out the deer, pretty, but anything new, 1, 2, 3, 4 deer, any new truck, my truck will outlast, so it already has. The truck's over 30 years old, and my motor has well over 200K on it now. The 8 years I've had it, almost 7, 8 years I've had it, and that's usually when the turbos go out in the 6.7s. It is 200, 250,000 miles, especially when you beat the horse piss out of it like most people do. My truck is bulletproof compared to the new stuff, the new junk. So, yeah. We went from one topic to the other today. Oh, yeah. Need to go in the lowest gears, get up this hill, huffing and puffing. Woo! So, I hope that this 250 watt will be able to get up something like this. This is pretty steep. I know it's not going to be crazy power. Like, if I want some good power, 750 watt and up. But with a 36 to 48 volt battery, no helmet, you're gonna be an idiot. Actually, that reminds me of the one time you'd be pulled over for that in Virginia. But I remember one time I was up there. I told you guys that story on the mini bike, I believe, and it was a sport bike, and he had no helmet on, and he was testing it, or I guess, I don't know, he had no helmet on. He flew by us at least 100, and of course little me was like, Papa Wheelie, Papa Wheelie. I was like giving him the wheelie gesture, so I was like standing up and I was like this, Papa Wheelie, and he downshifts, he goes, and he revs it out, and when he spun out, when he hit the manhole cover, there's a manhole cover, and he goes, he slid out, and his face just scrapes the whole pavement, and it was kind of traumatic to watch. Yeah, it was like this manhole cover, and it was like a 600 or maybe 1,000, hard to remember, but it was like a manhole cover like this, and as soon as he like dropped the gear and goes, and he like obviously like fishtailed and landed right on his face. It took, and it's funny, the firehouse is right there, and they're probably on a different call or something, but the ambulance took like 20 minutes to get there. They honestly probably thought he was dead because the dude was barely breathing. I mean, his whole face was impaled with rocks. I remember we were all standing there waiting for someone else to come out their house, and we're like getting ready to like go in the woods and play or whatever, and that happened, and then we all ran over to check if he was all right, because nobody, you would think, it was so loud that you would think everybody would be outside. What the hell's going on, you know? Nobody came out except for like another house, and a car came down the street, and the car that came down, we told them to call 911 because he was laying there like almost dead. And it was like, it was insane. Like, when we went to check on him, all I remember was just the blood rushing down the dude's face with rocks in it. Like, it was like the most gnarliest like slam ever. Like, he had been going, and because I remember he said there was a guy when we tried to run up the street to find like where the house was, because maybe someone else was working on their bike or sitting outside or something, and we looked, there was a guy washing his bike. We asked if he knew him. He said, no, I didn't know the guy. He's like, all I gotta tell you is that guy was going at least 108, at least had to be going 108 through here. He had, you know, he's like, you kept solely had no helmet on, right? And he's like, we're like, yeah, he just crashed. That's why you were running around wondering what's going on. And he was like, yeah, he's like, oh, go figures. It looks like that's what he was doing, testing his bike. And I was like, okay. And then we kept running, we couldn't find anyone. And the ambulance finally pulled up. And it was just like some crazy traumatic shit. But I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. And until the next video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Peace.